I am Linnea Darcy, and I graduated in 2005.
Okay, my name is Ariel Welch.
My name is Brooke Jordan.
Salo Tejo Cabeza, graduated in 2004.
Sydney Seegers.
I'm Jamie Little.
Nicholas Robbie.
My name is Eliza Bennett, and I graduated in 2005.
I'm studying architecture in my last year of studies. I've always kind of recognized, in comparison to everything I've experienced outside Waldorf, was that it was a very rich experience, and that it was always, there was always something going on. It was always something really genuine and engaging every day.
I loved high school. I actually loved high school more than college, which is unusual. But it was just such a great community and just absolutely loved it.
Looking back on it, I think that my education was rich and full, and then we had this incredibly rich curriculum to go with that.
I think it was like the community of people around you, and the friends and the parents and everything like that. You weren't just a statistic. It felt like a big, huge family of people all around you, and I think that was really special. We were given the opportunity to think for ourselves and make decisions on our own as far as the way the world worked, as far as politics, religion, stuff like that other people weren't given that opportunity.
But it was small, and the community was close and felt more like a family. And even the dynamics that might have been difficult, and kind of were, for me, kind of intimately transformative. It was such without being obvious in a way, it was such a spiritually fulfilling experience. And I know we talk about like the head, heart, and hands aspect of Waldorf all the time, but what it did for my heart was like something that I see so unfortunately and so devastatingly missing in public school, that the heart is just ignored so often for just the brain and what it can accomplish. And I was such a heady kid. I was already a little intense and I overthought things, and I still do, but I could feel that the Waldorf education reminded me that I had a body and reminded me that I had a heart every day, and cultivated things in me that I think would have really kind of withered away if I'd stayed in public school.
I mean, there was a big jump going from 8th grade into high school, and it was a real relief. It was exciting because it was a larger community. Suddenly I was interacting with the seniors and juniors and sophomores, and there was a lot of freedom, more freedom, and at the same time, it was a real big family.
I went to public school to just, explore my social life and to play basketball at a big school, and I enjoyed it, but there was something just profoundly missing, and I knew within a couple months that I was going to be coming back if my parents would allow it financially. And so I think they understood that I was going back to a place where I felt at home, actually, and not so alienated and so anonymous and so nervous about my grades and paranoid about my social life and all those things. And I went to Shining Mountain that was my first time at Shining Mountain, my sophomore year of high school. At that point, I didn't take it for granted because I had made a pretty big choice, and I knew, what it took for my parents to put me there. On an experiential level, it was just the feeling of home. I think even before I knew people, and before I even could philosophically register what was happening, I was returning to something that was already kind of inside of me.
I knew from the first class that I had my freshman year that I was going to a different type of school. I had a lot of friends who
instead of going on to Waldorf school, went to the public high schools in Boulder. And so from their experiences to my experiences, I knew that mine was different, but it was in a great way. I'm a very creative person. I'm also, I'd say an academic person as well. And Waldorf gave me the opportunity to really explore both angles. So, I think like with anything, you always want to know what else is out there, but at the end of the day, when I'm standing here now, 10 years later, I'm so glad that I had this opportunity and my parents were willing to, financially make this happen, because I have had the most wonderful experience and I'm a better person because of my education.
I realized that in a lot of my classes in college, and the way that I would be engaged in the classes, and just be raising my hand in critical thinking, and I was really trained in that at a very young age in high school. I didn't see that of a lot of my fellow college students, especially freshman year. That was cultivated over time, and I came in with a level of being really comfortable with my surroundings and in really stepping up as a critical thinker.
I just thrive in it. I'm the third person to speak. My teacher will speak, then another student will speak, and then I'll speak. And then it'll just be like that all throughout class. And like, you have so much to say, and because I think we were taught that, and we were sort of introduced to the Greeks and the Romans and the architecture, and it told stories.
So arriving to class and being prepared to learn and wanting to learn, especially in science. So I arrived at my biology class and I didn't know anything about it, but I had all the skills and the tools to be able to learn and to ask the questions and walk up to the professor and say, "Hi, my name is Jamie and I don't know anything about biology, but I want to learn it and I'm here to learn, and what do I need to do?" A lot of my friends who went to other schools didn't have that and struggled when they needed help in school. They didn't know how to approach their professors or really know how to learn on their own.
I've always felt that my education prepares me for a lot of different opportunities and realities, and I feel like I can concisely look at situations and clearly make decisions, and I feel like the well-rounded education that I got in high school helped me to figure out who I was in college and just realize to pursue my dreams and work hard. I think that I had more of an independence about myself, where I didn't necessarily need to be told what to do, and kind of a lot of hand-holding where I could be given an assignment or something and just do it.
So I was all new, but I was very prepared. I became an English major and a religious studies major and an art major, or art minor, any discipline where I could be involved with talking about stories and narrative and culture and mythology and all the things that I, cherished from Waldorf school. So I was very prepared, and I did well, and I loved it. I thought college was just strangely enough, a more adult extension of Waldorf school, because I went to a liberal arts school. And
I think it's unfortunate that, kids come out of high school just like, what am I going to do? Or what am I doing? Or what is this all for? None of my classmates have had that experience. We've all done things and developed in different times and in different ways, and beautifully. And it's incredible. Like, everybody's doing something that they are passionate about, or that they love, or that they're happy about. And that's what life's about. I mean, we had the tools to know how to navigate, and that's what you need.
I think definitely in Waldorf it's fostered that I personally feel like a very confident, independent person, that I've traveled a lot, and Waldorf definitely, I feel like, opens a big curiosity very early on about the world and everything beyond just Boulder, and I feel like I've taken that into my adult life to live well and know what's essential to life, and know the qualities of just health and happiness and art, and a lot of things that I feel like Waldorf kind of provides to you early on, just being able to explore who you are in many different ways.
The thing I really value now is my education in music. I played the guitar, and then I picked up the cello and played the cello throughout high school. In the Waldorf school, I guess, you just understand a lot more about like the context within.
And I've felt that ever since is a really well-rounded experience of life where I'm not just wanting to focus in, one area, that I'm taking into account all different areas of life and kind of the holistic system that we're all a part of. So that's been a very important part of my life since high school.
The opportunity to do things that were a stretch, that were out of our comfort zone, that gave us an opportunity to really achieve something. I mean, at the end of the day, you really achieve it.
My work and my artistic bent is, it shows in the difference between my work and other students. It just looks different.
If I hadn't had Waldorf education, I would have struggled tremendously. I think that had I not had Waldorf education, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
I felt like really seen, and I felt like my talents had a place to flourish, and that I had a place to build a community where I was trusted and I didn't have to prove myself all the time. But I felt so, loved by the curriculum itself, not even just the teachers. I felt so loved by the curriculum, loved my humanity and brought out the best in me. And brought out the best in my human faculties and in my care for the world and my sense of responsibility and compassion for others and self-awareness. I was given the benefit of the doubt, and I was welcomed and nurtured, and the things I would want for my own children.